I'm Fierce Brosnan, I'm 36, and I am currently in Victoria, British Columbia. Fierce, fabulous, and fag. I'm Kelowna's next drag superstar because, let's face it, the next drag superstar needs to be, pun intended, fierce. And I know that I bring a certain pizzazz, razzle-dazzle, and I think we're about ready for that. My drag inspirations would have to be, if we're gonna look more mainstream, I would say classic kings, you know, Landon Cider, Murray C. Hill. I've got Rusty Hammer is probably one of my favorite ones. Who are some other amazing kings? We have some local great kings, Eddie Licious. We have Justin a Bit. We have, there's just, it's endless, and they inspire me all in so many different ways. I started drag because I was coerced. I use that term very loosely. What I do mean is bullied. I started with doing amateur nights at a friend's house. It was a bunch of lesbians in the house called the Pussy Palace. And we would have amateur nights, and one day one of my friends was drunk at a bar and met the stunning and persistent Ella Lamra, who decided to sign me up for an amateur night. And I wasn't there to object, but I went along with it, and it has been nothing but fun, creativity, and passion since. So bullying works. Ooh, I came up with my drag name through watching RuPaul's Drag Race. That shall not be named. But essentially, originally I had a different one, and it just didn't read the way I wanted it to. And they did an episode with Nina West and Dustin Milligan for Celebrities Drag Race Makeover. And he started rattling off, Dustin Milligan, started rattling off all these different drag names. And he said Fierce Brosnan, and it was like a lightning bolt to the heart. And I was like, this is it, this is the one. And it's been a good choice on my part, I think. I chose to compete in Kelowna's Next Drag Superstar because this is honestly probably the scene that I have found to be the most loving and rewarding in terms of being a part of its growth, being a part of seeing the community thrive here. And it connects to me in such a special way that when I saw that this was happening and it was in a position where I could do it, I couldn't stop myself even if I wanted to. I needed to be there. Whether or not they wanted me, I was going to aggressively suggest that they have me. So the aspirations that I have for drag, I was making the joke on the way over here that I've always wanted to meet Bianca Del Rio. I think that she is such a cunt, and it's very, it speaks to me. And she was in Victoria at FOD at a time I was performing in Vancouver, so I missed her. And I was like, y'all almost had it. I would have quit drag, done, I finished it, I meet my goals. But unfortunately for the community and drag at large, I have not met her yet, so I'm here until maybe I do so. My favorite song to perform to, that's a hard choice for me. I have a few. The one I did recently for Kelowna's Next Drag Superstar, which got me in, is very special to me because it speaks to it speaks to queer young me. Talking about the high school crush that I never thought I could be with because, you know, yummy heteronormativity. I went to a Catholic high school, so, you know, schoolgirl fetish. And I found that one really speaks to my heart, and I get to uplift and celebrate my partner, gay married, and I love them with my whole heart. So getting to declare that publicly, loudly, and unabashedly is something really important to me. Other than that, something slutty. My drag look is it's everything I wanted to be in my childhood. It's bright, it's colorful, it's flamboyant, and it's all about celebrating loud and the too much. That's exactly what I aim for. Oh, if you've never been to a Fierce show before, you're in for some stuff. There'll be camp, there'll be sex appeal, if I'm doing it right. Mostly camp, but I'd say I'm kind of like I don't know, I'm the hot boy with a heart of gold. I'm classically handsome, so I do a lot of like sultry, but also I'm not afraid to be the fool, look a fool, because at the end of the day, drag is stupid. So I get to do that as well. To get ready, it takes me about, to get me to the gig on time, I give myself about 2 hours. I really like narrowed down a stamped face. I can get beat out probably an hour and 15. Not including costuming. Pre-show rituals that I have would probably be disassociating, staring into the void, sometimes screaming into a pillow, and then seeking affirmations and people to reaffirm that I am a good person inside and out and I'm not a failure for maybe 2 to 24 hours beforehand. My favorite part about being a drag king, that's so loaded. First part is being a lesbian in historically male-dominated spaces, especially gay male-dominated spaces, because we all know that we love an old history, an old cat fight, and it's been a hard road for a lot of lesbians and just women in general. So when you look at all the work that we have to do to put space in spaces that are meant for us, I'm just loud and obnoxious enough to take up the space that I need. So getting to be in yet another classically dominated male space and thrive is delicious. And getting to uplift and support, because the king community and the thing community is probably the most amazing group of people I've ever met. They are so supportive, they're welcoming, they are the first to cheer you on, and I absolutely adore being a part of that. I have evolved and changed quite a bit. If you deep dive, you'll see how busted, I started. To be fair, she's just like a little bit better, but I started because I never did makeup. I was a sports gay, so I never had any idea on what brush to use. My first makeup, the entire outline of my face and my eyebrows was all done with the same color lipstick. Burt's Bees. And sponsor me. And then I have learned through other amazing artists and like local to me, different techniques and actually how to use the brushes that you're supposed to use and what for, and how to put moisturizer on your face and maybe not use alcohol to clean off your makeup. And all of that has really helped me kind of smooth the edges a little bit on what would be this. What stigma have I faced? I would say probably the whole king thing. A lot of performers or even in the audience sometimes will feel that kings don't kind of put the work into it that queens do, that the costuming isn't the same or the makeup isn't as good or the performance itself. And every single time I have seen, well, not every single time, I won't be too shady about it, but a large majority of the time, anytime I've seen a king perform, they have been probably one of the most creative acts I've seen. The resources that we have learned to use and find and share with each other have made some really amazing performances. So fighting that we are worth the same as having a queen in the show has been tooth and nail, but I'll do it. The reason I chose the song behind the prelims was actually, so my wife and I, we were having it's been crazy. Since moving, we've had challenge after challenge, in this economy, what do you mean? Life has been interesting is the word we'll use. And so I really wanted to show a support for them, a love for them, and kind of celebrate them on a really public way so that they can see that they are as beautiful, handsome, valued, and important as I see them. And to share that with everyone else, because anyone who meets them knows that Monica is just an absolute star. So if I can be a star and I can shine her star with me, she's the moon baby. So some misconceptions that I would like to get rid of around drag would probably be the really fucked up narrative that there is some sort of alternate agenda other than just playing dress up and expressing art. I'm a child care worker. I have been for years. I am a nanny currently. I'm trained ECE. Like, I have more education in working with children, children's development, than probably 99% of people. And when they talk about things like the development of children, what they're capable of understanding, is it possible to have this expressed in a way that is acceptable for kids? Of course it is. We've done it for years and for generations. It's just a matter of people facing their own misconceptions, or, you know, recognizing that there is a way to make something age appropriate. There's a reason why, for example, oh my gosh, Bob Saget, perfect example. Watch his comedy, watch him in Full House. That is a perfect example of how to make something appropriate when looking at a form of art, a form of media, or a form of like consumption for, yeah, just media. The future of drag looks like fucking weird, and I'm here for it. There is so much more out there that I'm getting to see myself. I think it's going to be colorful. I think it's going to be free. I think it's going to be very expressive. I think it's going to have a story, a point. Even if it doesn't have a story and a point, that's the story, that's the point, you know? Like, it's going to be fun, it's going to be silly, and it's going to be unapologetic. And I hope it goes that way, and I affirm that it will stay that way. Manifest. The similarities between my drag persona and me, it's really funny because they say, well, someone has said, I will not say their name, has said that, you know, you put someone in drag and that kind of shows you who they are. And I am one of those people that agree to that. I have been told my whole life that I am too much, too loud, too obnoxious, too energy, too much ha. So when I get to put on this face, that little box that I have worked tirelessly on to keep myself in when participating in everyday society, that box gets a microphone. And unfortunately for the audience, or fortunately, I get to be very unabashedly me. So me on stage is outward and forward facing. If you see me in person, I am a wallflower. I am very shy, kind of, until I get to know you, and then it's weird. But the inside voice is on a microphone on a stage somewhere. Drag means to me a lot. It's a way to express myself in terms of like artistry in makeup, in costuming, again, getting to be loud and silly and use my inside voice outside. It means the world to me to get to do that because, yeah, after years, because like I said, it was 21, I said, right? 21 years old. I haven't gotten to get to be that person, get to be that loud obnoxiousness. So finally allowing myself that space and having that space to do that has been healing in ways that I didn't think were possible. Who is my biggest competition? Myself. Me, myself, and I. I am my own inner saboteur. Because once I learn how to harness myself, it's over for you hoes. I'm Fierce Brosnan, and I'm Kelowna's Next Drag Superstar. I'll see you on June 7th at Kelowna's Next Drag Superstars finale at rebelliousunicorns.com. You'll be able to find your tickets there.